We are back on the Rodriguez Show from home, and we have a returning guest to Rodriguez Show from home. He's been on it. He was one of the original ones. Tell me, Skyrunner, how's it going, man?
Man, I'm really good, man. How you doing today?
Hey, good. You're in Chicago like you were last time. How's Chicago been, man?
It's been good. It's been good. The weather's starting to pick up a little bit, and the city's starting to come back alive. So I'm happy to see it, man.
Yeah, it's exciting. Like I mentioned, my wife just moved there, so I'll definitely be hitting you up. So at Tommy X Skyrunner on Instagram, and the project it's out. It's called Distant. It's a music project. The beats and the rhymes, I gotta say, they capture your vibe. Like, I mean, I know you somewhat pretty well now after these interviews that we've done and hanging out, here and there. And this is your vibe, man. What inspired you to take this pivot into music?
I mean, I've been making music, I would probably say, since like 2010. And when I started making music, it was just with my homie Daryl and my homie Tyler. And we just started making music on MySpace and stuff, just with our friends and shit. And then from there, we just went, and for like maybe a couple years, I really wasn't making music like that. But then when I met my roommates in California and shit, one of them was a musical engineer. So I was learning everything that he was like doing and shit. So
yeah, it was Blake and Key. Yeah, shout out to those guys. So you've been producing beats, because I remember you released beats that you produced. Have you just started rhyming, like putting words on top of the beats?
No, I mean, I've been doing that since then as well. I started producing 2018 ish.
Yeah, that's tight. So this album Distant, when did you start making it?
Right after Idle Hours was done. So I finished Idle Hours and I released in, what was that, May 3rd. I probably started working on Distance since then, 2018. And then I had the beats and the lyrics cooked for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I was working at this warehouse, and I used to literally I worked the overnight shift. So during the time when I had free time, I would just sit and just write rhymes and stuff. So I was doing that up until probably maybe the end of last year. And then I just started getting everything together.
Nice. Yeah, and the end of last year was when you putting this together, and it does capture who you are. Like I said, it's very mood, it's kind of spacey vibes, and kind of it goes along with a lot of what you've created in some of your pieces in terms of clothing as well. It's a soundtrack to that as well. And that's why when I saw your Instagram and I started looking through it, there was some songs or some captions that corresponded with the track list. Can you talk about that a little bit?
So that was really something I really wanted to do, to sort of tease the audience to what was coming up next and stuff. So the fits are a little bit in congruence with the actual track titles, but for the most part, it was more of just an Easter egg type of thing,
Yeah. Well, that was tight. Yeah, I did notice. I was like, oh shit. He's that was cool that you've been teasing it for months, here and there, right?
Yeah, and if you peep from back in the day, I was cooking it up. So
That's tight. So a lot of heart and soul went into Distant. A lot of what you feel. So how did you was it writing just poetry, or how did you write a song? How did it start?
It depends on if I have something in my mind. So typically I would say if I have something I actually want to speak about, then I'll go and make a track from scratch and then just build from there. But typically I start with the foundation of the beat, and then I just make beats all day. And just once I the way that I do it is I just have a whole criteria of beats, and then from there I pick the beats that actually sound cohesive and a feeling, and then I built the track from there, or the other way around.
Yeah, well, that's tight, man. Because it's right, the beat and the words, they kind of do go together. And what I like about this album a lot is you have a lot of tracks on there, but then you also have beat switches, so it keeps the thing interesting. So there might be a longer track, but then there's a beat switch in a minute into it, and then 2 minutes into it, and you're just rapping all over it, and I'm like, holy shit. It was pretty cool. So what I heard, and this is kind of the interpretation that I got from it, was there's a lot of early Odd Future inspiration, some Because the Internet inspiration. But what inspired you?
For this project, it was more just inspired about how I was feeling, bro. It was a very transitional period for me personally, because I had just moved back to the city. Shit was just weird. So just getting acclimated with that, man, just going back to everything being the normalcy that I was used to, but I was unfamiliar with it after a while. So
Yeah.
just a combination of that plus like fucking, I just wanted to make a really dope project because like the last project, like you were saying, is more instrumental. So I wanted to make this project just like bars, and we just barring out. But besides that, musically, it's sort of all over the place because I listen and I dig for samples all the time. But like the most important number one. Okay, two things. Okay, three things. Number one, most important, Jay-Z is the best. That's most important. Number two, Kanye is my favorite. So those two are always going to be bars and artistry.
Yeah.
The number three, the other most important is MF Doom. Yeah. MF Doom, before he died, bro, a legend in my mind, and like I've always liked the way that he put stuff together. So I try to, you know how he has tracks that are like you were saying, like longer tracks, but it's different like pieces of the instrumentation where he switches so that it doesn't get like So
now that you see MF Doom, that's exactly. That's exactly what this kind of it reminded me of too. There was something I was reaching for, and it's the inspiration of the people that I just mentioned, like MF Doom. He's the original one. And this is like MF Doom in space, kind of. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from this.
Pretty much, like like something around there, like like I like the way that he like puts tracks together, bro. Like you know, like on the end of Space Ghost, how it has like the sample of like from like the cartoons and shit like that, like just shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Just little Easter eggs, I guess.
Yeah, it's like a sound collage on top of it, and I think that because of your producing focus all as well, like it complements the lyrics and what you say on top of it. And so based on what I hear you talk about and just kind of your vibe, would you describe yourself as an introvert?
In a general sense, I'm an extrovert, and for the most part, but I'm an extrovert with niggas I know, or if I get good energy. You know what I'm saying? Like good energy allows me to open up, but like if it's just like some random motherfucker come up to me, bro, do not talk to. Like, I'll be cool and cordial, but I just also in the back of my head, I'm like, what are we doing this for? You know what I'm saying? Like,
if you feel like that, like little like interactions that are fake or like that they're not necessary, like just leave me alone with that. And that's something I felt you felt in this.
Because this once again, I said this year has been transitional, bro. It's been a very interesting time, bro.
And at the end of the day, like I just want to go home and chill, or like relax and be at my place, or whatever that place is. If it's making music, if it's out on the street walking, just leave me alone.
Pretty much, like I'm still a, like a very open guy and everything, but it's just definitely it's a combination of both. I will say.
So what is your favorite track on the project? I'll look at the track list, but what is it?
Oh man,
if you have one.
My favorite track is probably either Eject or Splinters.
One of the nice. Two. Yeah, Splinters has the feature, right? Can you talk about that feature?
Yeah, that's the homie. She's from Chicago too. The homie Simba Sid, and she's been making music for like a couple years and stuff. So she really just like put me on to like some of her stuff last year when she released the project. And when I was working on this and like pulling together all the final pieces, I was like, bro, it's missing something. So then like I hit her up for the feature and she was like, yeah. So and like that's the homie I went to high school with her. So like, it was nothing but the words.
Nice. Yeah, that was tight. It was really good. It was a good.
Honestly, I think she outbarred me on it. I'm gonna keep it.
It was a good different. It was a contrast, but it was.
Hey,
she was very good.
Hey, Caesar, you can be honest with me, bro. It's okay. I'm not gonna cry about it, bro. She barred up. It's all good.
Hey, but the rest of the songs, there was you shined the whole time. But this one was just one of those. You got Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just need that one. Like, come on.
But
I appreciate that, bro.
What is the hardest track to make? What was the hardest one?
The hardest track to make, I would probably say either Quasi or Densted.
Yeah.
Because Quasi, I had the beat for a long time, and I gave the beat to somebody else, but they was playing about it, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna cook. So then I made the song, but like the way that I sampled the thing that I sampled on there is just like, it's interesting pockets. So I just had to figure that out. That was the only really like technical thing about it. But I mean, as far as that is just bars. And then Distant was hard because the beat is so goddamn slow. Yeah. Like it's just like the beat is dragging along, but it's like that's the feeling I wanted you to get when you listening to it. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the DNA of the album. The album is about all of the songs, but that's the song that's like, just listen to that. You feel me? Like, so yeah.
That's the title track, so that's what it's all about. So the album is Distant, and I'm excited for people to hear it. What's next for you? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna perform this album?
I mean, if any performances open up, yeah, I'm definitely willing to. Man. Working on the next season of Close, that's pretty much in construction right now. A few percentages done. I'm trying to release that before like probably the end of the summer, and then just more art. I have another project of music that's going with the next collection of Close, because like each season I try to like do like a musical like tapestry sort of like of just like shit for it. So it's all instrumentals, and it's similar to the Idle Hours tape. So that's pretty much it.
That's exciting, bro. I mean, you're like you said, you're producing beats all day, so it's good to hear the music, and you're just evolving as an artist. Whether it's the clothing pieces or the music, we're always happy to support you. So yeah, man. At Tommy X Skyrunner is Instagram. Check out Distant, and check out Distant. It's on all streaming sites, and you can listen to that after this. We're gonna play a couple tracks from it, and we'll be back with more on the Rodriguez Show. Shout out to Tommy. Thank you, man.
Appreciate it, bro. Also, check out my bro, Akiro. He's out here working on a project right now. We cooking. It's going to be lit.
Shout out to Akiro. Let's get it.